Welcome to Tile 9, Wellnessartandtangles.com. Today I wanted to work on Samson. It is botanical. I tend to like the botanicals, and to me it looks like a lettuce leaf. So I thought I would do one on my just plain old watercolor paper. And let's see. I am going to use a number 3, I believe. Okay. So if you look at it, it starts with 2 lines. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to do kind of a sideways, and I'm going to kind of do it like that. So it's like an X. And then what you do is you go out from there, and it's like you put V's right along the line. So easy. This is one of those things that if you don't have to think about it much, it's even better if you're doing it at your desk, because you can do this, leave it, and come back to it. You can have the same amount on one side. I'm not even counting. I'm just doing as I'm doing. I like the part of just being random today. Even if it's a little off center. Okay, so that's the first part. Now look at the second part, and now you're going to kind of do squiggles around it to make it look like lettuce. And that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start up here. I could start anywhere, but I'm going to start up here. So I'm just going to kind of squiggle and keep going. If I do it sideways, you might be able to see it better. And then when I get there, remember to turn your tile. And it's like that lettuce leaf. Turn your tile. I like the randomness of it. Turn your tile. You can go in, you can go outside of it, you can do whatever you want. It's a squiggly little lines that are quite random. Some you can get close, some not so close. Trying to keep it so you can see, and I'm just squiggling. Isn't it cool? Such an easy pattern. And now that spring is coming, or about to be here. Oh, it is here. Now that spring is here, even if it was in the middle of the dead of the winter, this could perk you up a little bit, potentially. All right, and that is Samson. And remember, I'm going to put my little bit of a key on the back, almost like a map key, just to remind me, because I really like sometimes being able to go back to a tile I did and then take pieces of other tiles and then put them in new tiles and they become something new. Remember, Zentangle is a lot of patterns that you kind of mix match, and you could do a lot of things, and I'll just do the start of this so you can see what it is. And that's a great beginning right there. Next new tangle I'm going to do is Nipa. You draw your circles, different size, wherever you want in your space, which I've just did a center mark and wanted to separate out, which I did on my tile. And then you fill it in with all the little squigglies. And I like, it's squigglies, but it's different kind of squigglies, so I got the squiggly thing going on here. So part of my string, remember the string is the inside. You have your dots, you have your border, and your string. And I didn't have a string set up for this. But now that I'm going to put Nipa, I want it to fill up this space. So I'm kind of doing things a little backwards. So I'm going to do that now. All right, so I think I'm going to go this way, and I'm just going to put a big circle there, a little circle there. You can put as many as you want. And when you decide you're done, now you're going to, now you could do it all across. I just go to make sure they're the way I want them to be around each one, and then fill in the rest. And I'll do that. There's not a lot to do here, but there's 2 of them I can do here. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to do as many squiggles, big squiggles, little squiggles, doesn't matter. And you're going to fill in that whole space. And I will be right back. So you can see I even added a few more orbs. And what I did is I was doing this in a 3 for the lines, but then I had some gaps I wanted to fill in, so I moved to my 1 and kind of filled in, and you can fill in as much as you want. In fact, I just see a little area that I want to kind of fill in here, and 1 is perfect for it. Kind of reminds me of like 2 things. Rain coming down, and it also reminds me of a curtain. Back in the 60s, they had these gem curtains that people would put up. It would be like just this free flowing from one room to another, and it kind of reminds me of that. So that is called Nipa, N-I-P-A. And I'm going to draw a box to show it. And sometimes I just have to draw a little bit to get the idea. I could always look it up, but this tells me all I need to do. I might just want to darken that a little bit. And that gives me the code for Nipa, N-I-P-A. Isn't that awesome? Kind of like that so far. So I have 2 going, Samson and Nipa so far. Next one I'm going to do is Keeko. You do 3 or 4 lines. Ideally you match it, and I didn't do that here. So let's see if I can do a better job. Like I would do 3 and then a space and then 3 and then 3 and then a space and then 3. I tend to do it all mixed up, which has its own ambiance, but it's not really the way to do it. Okay, so that's called Keeko, and I'm thinking I'm going to go here. This is a 1. I think I'm going to use the 1 and go right around and up here. That's what I'm thinking at this point, but it could change. All right, so this is where I really have to concentrate, and I tend to go fast with this one, and that's not good. So I have to slow myself down, take a breath, relax into it, because that's what this is all about. It's not a rush to the finish, although sometimes that's what I do, unfortunately. Space. Making my lines as even as I can. That one went a little crooked. So I'm going to go right here and around there, and then I'll be back. Meet me there. I added Keeko onto the back. I demonstrated what it was, and this is how mine looks. I went around. I didn't anticipate that little turn, but I did it. And I kind of like where it is. I was going to keep going, but I kind of like staying where it is. And now, where do I go with this tile? And I'm honestly not sure. So this is pretty new. This is pretty new. This is not super new in terms of a pattern that I've taught, a tangle. I'm thinking of integrating something from other tangles, and that's what you do. You mix and match. You find something new, you will mix and match with the things you know, and each time it's new and different. And it's neat to see how they play together. I'm just not sure what I want to do yet. Got to think on this. So this next one is rain, and we've done rain before, but this time I'm combining rain to almost look like flowers. So I didn't finish it, and I'm not going to aura it. At least I don't think I'm going to. I'm not going to put the aura around it. I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to do that, and something tells me right here. So that's the goal, is to do rain. Or maybe out here. First I'm going to go over this line a little bit, which I like to do. Some people do it, some people don't. Alright. I could have it coming right out of here where this ends. Seems like a logical. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to make it very uneven. This I made it very packed together. This one's a little more uneven. And remember, with rain, you just kind of do that. Doesn't give you a lot of room in that first one. And then the last one. Kind of like the way that looks. So now I'm going to color in the pyramid shape on each of them. Don't think I'm going to put that aura around. I'm just going to leave them freestanding like that. Even those little guys, get them in there. And now I'm going to turn it. Do the same thing on the other side. And if you go out of the line a little, you could just make it a little bigger. In fact, you might want to make it a little bigger than what you originally did, like that. I might want to just make it a little bigger than my initial. Some of these are going to be tiny, tiny, because as they go to the... Okay, and now the last one. Make this guy a little bigger. Make this guy a little bigger. That's the fun about Zentangle that I love so much. It evolves as your attention focuses on what you're doing. It can evolve and change. It's free form. And that's what I like about it. When they say there's no mistakes, you're not matching it to anything. You're not saying I'm going to do this flower and then, well, if I drew it, it might not look like a flower. But this looks like rain. And to me, I love the flexibility. I might even go a little further and just leave a little top on each one. I could put something up there, but I don't want to. Alright, I'm not sure if I'm done yet, because here I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking of running Keeko around. I'm thinking I'm going to do that. Alright, I'm going to do that. I decided. See how it evolves and changes just as I'm looking at it. As I add something, then I feel like, well, it looked good before, but now that I added this, I need something more here. That's the beauty of Zentangle. It evolves and changes, and you make decisions along the way. And it's only a little piece of paper. If it doesn't work, oh well, throw it out. Oh yes, I changed my mind again. So I did this side, and then I went around, and you could see I kind of had to go off a little bit because of the fact that this was here, and that's fine. I kind of like that effect a little bit, and I'm still thinking I need something down here, and I just might do a few Printemps, just a few, floating around. So if I do that, I'm going to do that right now. So remember, oh, did I do that one? Okay, Keeko, yes. So if I do Printemps, remember, some people go on the inside and go out. Other people go on the outside and go in. This is mine. I'll try to go backwards. I don't do that very well. That's the reverse way. And then remember, you can dash, dash, dot, 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 dash, dash, dot, dot, dot. That's another Printemps. And then there's another one that I don't do really well. I'm not really sure I like it. You leave an opening. And then you come back to that opening. This is a Printemps variation. It's not one I really like though. I don't do it well either. I gotta practice that more. I like this one the best. So that's what I'm gonna do. Or try to do. So, start in the center with my dot. Go around. Skip. 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 Dot, dot, dot. Skip, skip, dot, dot. I don't have to have a pattern really. And then I can do another one. And I think before I get it too busy, I think that's pretty perfect. I'll add that to the back in case I want to see it another day. Oh, what was that I did that I like so much, or that I didn't like, or that worked, or that didn't work, and there it is. So that is my tile, and I'm really enjoying it. That would be Samson, Nipa, Keeko, Printemps. Oh, I forgot. Well, how did I forget that? Rain. I didn't put rain on there. Rain. And I did rain in a different way than I normally do. So let's just put that in there a little bit so I can see it, know what it is, look it up if I need to. Okay. So there's my whole tile. Tile number 9. And remember, if you move it around, it becomes a different tile. You can decide which way you like it the best. It literally looks like different tiles every time you move it. Now, if I were to shade this, it would also change everything about it, which I'm not going to do today, but I could. Hope you enjoyed that tile. It's easy peasy and full of mystery.